What's going on, guys? I am Tier 1 Collections. Today I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 grading plays in the Pokemon market right now.
I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant. Need a triple-double. Told him check the stats.
Alright, guys. So number 10 on the list right now is the Legendary Dogs. All three of them. You get a 3-for-1 special here in Crown Zenith. So the Raikou, Entei, and Suicune are super accessible cards. They're really low price at the moment, and I think that once Crown Zenith becomes a little more unaccessible, these will start to go up. Right now, we're looking at PSA 10 prices for the Raikou at about 100. Same thing with the Entei. So you're buying the cards for about 20 bucks, and then we see about 100 bucks here. Is this sequential? A trio here we see for 450. So the Suicune goes for a little bit more in a 10, but the overall plays here are these three dogs. You're looking at, again, we can pull up a calculator here. So if you spend, we'll just say 25 with tax on the card, and then you grade this card for, let's say you spend 22, you send this bulk. You're looking at here 47 cost in. We say you sell it for 110, 85% minus 47. And again, so that's like 45 bucks a card. So if you multiply this by 20, you're making about $1,000. Plus, the overall quality in Crown Zenith is really good. So you're gonna see like these. It's not hard to 10 these cards, and they're very easy to judge. The old Sword and Shield borders are very easy to see here, and it just makes it easier. So that's my number 10 spot. All right, the number 9 slot is the Greninja Gold Star. Now, this card is very hard to grade, but the PSA 10 price of this Greninja is exploding right now, and it's going really fast. So it's about 500 in a 10. That's sold today. 550. It's all around there. So we're looking at these cards. You can buy these raw for fairly cheap. And again, it just all comes down to quality. They're pretty hard to grade, but again, this is a really like knock it out of the park type of thing. Now, the benefit with this is that these promos before they had the extra stuff on them, like the card dividers and whatever, so you can actually see the back here. So just thoroughly check the corners here when you see these, specifically out in the wild and stuff. These corners can get severely dinged, so just keep an eye out for that. And then the centering, I've seen some that are just like completely missing the borders. So just take a look at that, but you can see, I mean, this is an insane play right now, and you can get a lot of these for fairly cheap. 110 makes you your money back. So that's my number 9 spot. All right, looking at the number 8 spot, we have the Special Delivery Charizard. Now, this is another promo that varies significantly. This is a very low pop in a 10 and commands high value. Though I'm prioritizing very popular Pokemon. Charizard is probably number 1 in that. Maybe Gengar nowadays, but you know, the evolutions and those guys are super popular, and they're super liquid. So when you do get that 10, it doesn't sit for a long time. This card you can get around about for 100 bucks. Some of these prices are kind of crazy. This one is a little bit harder to tell, so you are taking a chance on this because the back of this has a little insert on it. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Yeah, here. So this is a little bit harder, but again, this is another one that I've taken the chance on many times. Now the price has went up a little bit, but it was about 75 bucks when I was making the play on it, and I ended up selling it for about 1,200. So you can look at the PSA 10 price here. Again, this is another one you can buy in bulk. PSA 10 last sold for $920. So it's a pretty significant increase here. Again, it's a pretty hard one to get, but you're doing really well if you do get that 10. The other benefit of this one is that the 9 actually goes for a decent amount. So if you do get this for 100 bucks, you're kind of making the grading fee back, and it's kind of a break-even play. So this is what I call a break-even play. So if you get the 9, it's okay. Yeah, you kind of just chuck it and run it again. You know what I mean? You can run it over a lot more. So it is a pretty safe play. So that's the number 8 slot. All right, in the number 7 slot, we have Misty Psyduck. So this one's interesting because it is a newer released card. That being said, I like to do newer release cards, and there's going to be more in this video, but because there's a lot everywhere. Your card shop is going to be getting these in because people are still opening Destined Rivals, as they will for the foreseeable future. Now, I don't see this 10 price going down very much, even as more and more get graded. The benefit of Destined Rivals and Journey Together, it seems that the illustration rare quality is overall better than, if you saw my last video, Paldea Evolved. So it doesn't command as much of a premium in the 10 price, but you can get this raw Psyduck for about 50 bucks. It'll vary based on where you get it, but in a 10, it's generally pretty much all around 280 to 300. So you're looking at about $150 profit or potential value, which is really solid for a card that you can get a lot of. And right now, there's hundreds of these listed in just raw cards. I haven't bought any of these off eBay, but I keep seeing them locally, and I always take a look at them every time I see them. So that is the number 7 slot. The number 6 slot, this is a really big one, and this is one that I've acted on myself a few times. I've bought this card at 50, 60 bucks consistently, and I have struck a gold mine here, so I'm putting you guys on some game here. I have done this one, and you guys think, oh, the PSA 10 price, if you haven't been paying attention, we're going to take a look here. You see the raw price is about like mid to high 60s. This one's listed up at 80. PSA 10 price is 1,000. I don't know what last sold is. I haven't checked in a little bit. Yeah, 830. This one was in Germany, so I don't really count different countries because shipping is weird. But we're sitting around about 1,000. This was yesterday and then the day before. So this is an insane come up if you can find this in a very clean copy. I think the market really hasn't adjusted to this, so you guys are early if you're jumping on this one. Again, we can take a look at one of these really quick. I will say overall quality isn't great on these because they were in collection boxes, but I mean even this one looks pretty solid actually. But if you guys see these in the wild, definitely take a look at this one. That is number 6, right? So the number 5 slot is this Pikachu from Celebrations. If you guys rip Celebrations, you know there is millions of these out there. They're really hard to grade. I actually haven't done one of these myself, but I have kept an eye on the market. And look, you can see this one's on bid here from the PSA Vault at $550, and then there's some others for $600. So we can take a look at the sales right now. Oh, this is January. Okay, yo. So it looks like somebody messed up here and listed this for 40 bucks. But I mean, these are selling pretty consistently. Wow, there's another one for oh, this is January. Okay. Yeah, so these are now selling for around 600 bucks. And with a incredibly low cost in, the rest of the cards on this tier list are going to be pretty much higher now. I mean, you can get this card for probably in dollar bins. I mean, there's so many of these around. But, I mean, you hit 110 and you pay, $5 per, and you send 20 of them, you're going to be making like 400 bucks. So maybe even more than that. That was quick math. I probably shouldn't be doing public math, but this is a really, really solid play. And again, this is probably the lowest entry cost on the list. The number 4 slot is this Vileplume. This is probably a niche card, and you guys probably would have never guessed that this is on here. But this card is near and dear to my heart. One, I just love this card. And it's a special one because it's not a tag team in the tag team era, and everybody's attacking the tag teams. Again, I try to go against the grain when it comes to these plays. Where everybody else goes, I don't follow them. I go in my own way. Right now, you could find this for a very solid price, $185 in that frame or area. But the PSA 10, which card number is this? 211. This goes for $600 bucks. So I mean, $100 cost in, $40 to grade it, and then you're looking at $650 here. This sold on the 17th. This was Canada. $620 here. Like, this is a very, very solid play. There's not a ton that sell, and I would say this is probably not the most liquid one on the market or in this list, but it's a very, very solid play. So keep an eye out. Again, it's not a tag team in the tag team era, and it's just a really solid play. It's not the most desirable Pokemon as well, but I like it, and I have personally, I think I've bought 3 of these cards in the past 60 days and graded them myself. So that is the number 4 spot. The number 3 spot, I told you we were going to get bigger. This is where the payoff starts to really happen. This is not the full art. This is not the alt art. This is just the base version. There are so many more of these Gengar Mimikyu GXs out there as opposed to the alt arts and the full arts. This is the same rarity as a normal EX in Scarlet and Violet, so that you guys know how many there are. This one's a pretty big one. You can get this for around 200 to 250. It fluctuates a lot. Gengar's super popular right now. But this card, you know, I mean, you see a lot up here. We can take a look at this one real quick. This one looks pretty solid as well. So, I mean, again, very, very solid. And then you look at the PSA 10 price of this card, you're going to be surprised here. Or maybe not. It's Gengar. It's a tag team, so it commands a pretty high premium. Almost all, I mean, this has to be a shill bid. But, I mean, we're talking 1,300, 1,400, 13, 1175, not even a week ago. This card is exploding right now in a very, very good grading play at number 3. The penultimate card on this list is Mewtwo EX from Destined Rivals. This card is special. Again, you can get this for anywhere from 300 to 350. You know, it changes based on your area and like the deals that you find, and the card has went up and down a little bit. But the thing that's cool about this card is that it is a pretty new release, so people are ripping this a lot, and they pull the top hit in the set. They immediately turn this card into card shops, and they want to get cash or they want to get sealed product to rip more. This is where you take advantage of that. There are so many of these listed up on the market right now. There's so many. And again, you might think, oh, it's $350. Do I really want to take the risk? The benefit of this card is, like, again, the PSA 10 price has went down since its release, but it's about $1,000 in a PSA 10. Now, when you're talking about big cards, like, if you buy this card, so $1,000 for the PSA 10 price, we calculate 85%. I could have done that in my head, $850, and then you subtract $350 for your cost in, minus, we'll just say $100 for grading fee and maybe tax for the card in general. You're making $400 a card on this. And there's so many of these, and it might not seem like the best play out there, but when you're talking about these bigger numbers and these bigger cards, it just gets crazy. So this is number 2. Number 1 is coming up. The moment you've all been waiting for, number 1, everyone knows this card is Bubble Mew. This card is exploding again. It is going up. I've been buying this card for $300 for months now and grading them, and now it, like, you can see these prices. This is something that you can take advantage of the fragmented market right now. If you can find this card in good condition, send it to get graded. The beauty of this card, it's look at, I mean, like the PSA 10 one just sold today for $1,800. I was selling these for like $1,000 a month ago, so I'm not really completely sure what's going on here, but I have a couple at PSA right now. I actually just sold my 9 for $495, so there's a new sale right here for $50 more, $55 more. The thing is with this Bubble Mew is that the PSA 10 price commands such a high value on the raw price. So even if you're getting this for $500, say you buy 3 for $500, right? And we'll just say $1,700 to get tax in there, right? Now you get 2 9. Say you send 3 to PSA, you get 2 9s and 1 10. You're literally looking at $1,800 plus $1,000 because without those 2 just sold for $550. So we're underestimating here, and then we'll just say we'll calculate eBay prices, and then we'll say you're 17 in. Like, even if you get 2 9s and 1 10, you're still making $600-700. Like that's insane. That's such a fragmented piece in the market that we have to take advantage of. So this is my number 1 slot. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Please drop a comment down below if you do decide to act on any of these, and if they do come back 10s, please share that with everyone. I'm sure they love to hear it, and I love to see the success in the Pokemon business side of things. Please like and subscribe. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the buy-in right now, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.